Start recording. Alright, yeah. I definitely got to plug in. Alright, so we about to get ready to react to fucking... Oh, I can't even say that. Cut. We about to get ready to react to Lena the Plug doing her first scene with another male with Adam. I'm excited to see this because the trolls been going crazy about bro. The trolls have been going crazy about bro letting his wife smash another one. Write in the comments if you will let your wife smash another dude, even though she is a corn star. Would you let your significant other, for a wedding present at that, smash another man? Put in the comments. Let me know.
It's together, just you and I, right?
Yeah, it is the first time.
That's great.
Also, we got married.
We did get married.
That didn't constitute me coming on here, but this event did.
It seems like an afterthought after the last week.
Yeah.
Not like actually, but in terms of content.
Yeah.
And if y'all seen the picture of her looking at this man, like the dude she did the video with, she was just in awe. Like, I can't freaking wait. Like, oh my God. Like,
yeah,
no.
I didn't even really talk about the marriage that much on here. Because it just seemed like it was so nice. It was great. The honeymoon was great.
Do you feel different? Because everyone's like, do you feel different now? I'm like, absolutely not. It's, it's the exact same.
We made it official. We had a nice party with the friends and family and everything. Went
on the honeymoon.
But it's like, it's not like the rules changed. It's not like, oh, like.
I'm thinking she talking about, does she feel different after taking that? Look, my mind's somewhere else. They talking about the wedding.
We're going to do things differently now.
No,
we're married.
We already had the house, the kid.
Pretty sure she definitely feel different after this one. I ain't gonna lie.
You know.
Yeah, we did most of the serious stuff in advance.
The marriage was like, all right, I guess we should just do this too. Let's finish up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess. So, okay, this is the first thing that I thought might be useful for us to lay out. Is let's lay out the chronological order of how the idea of you even working with other people became a thing. Because I have a memory of maybe 6 months ago where you said something like, do you really think that we're going to go our whole lives without ever sleeping with other people? And in the context of like, I think we were talking about swinging at first. Yeah,
I mean, because people don't really know.
It sounds like she already. It sounds like she already not with just him.
This about you and I, but you just mentioned it on the podcast, so now I can talk about it. That we had a threesome early in our relationship with another guy, and that was just like, we went out, we partied, we had like a really fun, hot sexual experience, and we were always kind of down for like a little bit of freaky things.
There was like 2 or 3 other people in the room
just watching us,
who like were not there to see us, but they just happened to be in the room because we're all just hanging out. This was back in the Adam and Lena party era that didn't really last that long. And at that time, to be totally honest, you were pretty much a random girl to me.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kind of like emotional connection. Oh my God.
That's where we were in our lives. We went to emo night. Okay.
Shout out emo night. And I've always been somebody who throughout my life, there's been a bunch of different times where me and my homie might a girl together. Always enjoyed it with you that night, but then once we started to actually get closer and closer to like dating,
I ain't gonna lie, in high school and like right out of high school, it was a couple times me and the homie, you know what I'm saying, unintentionally smashed, you know what I'm saying. It'd be like that. I ain't gonna lie.
It became like, no.
But me in love with that? Nah. If it happened, it happened in that time period. I couldn't see me going ham on another shorty together with a dude ever again. Hell no. I'm not into that.
We're not talking about that anymore.
We literally never
not another girl. It's different.
Talked about it again, and then you talked about it on the podcast.
We maybe didn't talk about it for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I mean, also my friend went on to date the guy for a really long time, so that's probably also why we didn't talk about it.
That is a good point, yeah.
But like, okay, when I think about that version of us and the version of us that isn't always going to do, who's just very into sex and likes to try fun and new experiences, I was just like, are we really never going to have an experience like that, even off camera, ever again?
And what spurred that conversation, I think, was the fact that we had multiple different couples on Plug Talk where either they were into the swinging thing or they just did with other people separately and stuff. And slowly it started to seem like, well, maybe this rule is kind of arbitrary.
Well, I think for us, it was also seeing those couples and seeing how turned on they got by having those sexual experiences with other people, which we had a lot in our relationship. When we would bring girls in, like, I would be so much more into you after and you'd be into me. It was like seeing your partner enjoying someone else's hot, it turns you on. So it's like, I feel like that is sort of like worn off for me because I've just gotten so used to it a little bit.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact, bro. Like, seeing a shorty with another shorty, bro, that should be sick.
That is the problem with us, yeah.
Like, what I feel like you would think it's hot to watch me have sex with someone else, because we already know you think it's hot. We did it once.
But that was like my...
He's stuck. He's like, but look, what had happened was...
is in your mouth, and he's your vagina.
Yeah, I'm not saying you DP'd me, but like...
Right, but I'm just saying it's not like I was sitting in the corner, because there's a whole narrative.
Okay, I don't think you're a cuck. Are you going to go with this?
Well, it does seem kind of stupid to deny.
Okay, so there's the cuck thing is different because cucks are supposed to be weak and
they're
they want to be made to feel lesser, and I don't think that that's you. I think that there's like the more swinging side of things where it's like you are turned on by your wife enjoying someone, and then she comes back to you, and you guys enjoy your own personal sexual experiences more with each other because she did that.
Right, but I mean, you have barely even done the thing that you're kind of inferring, which is like me going and fucking another girl and then just like telling you about it, because the one time, I think it was only one time on Plug Talk where you woke up and you were sick as a dog, and so you couldn't come to set that day, but it was a girl. Shout out Alva J. Everybody sign up on onlyplugtalk.com.
Everyone thinks I have beef with her now because she did this. I don't care.
No. Onlyplugtalk.com if you want to see the scene. But me and Alva J, we did a scene while you were at home, sick as a dog.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to see it afterwards. You were actually
before you left the house, I was in bed. I remember I was like, okay, go do the scene. Don't tell me how it went when you come back, and I don't want to see any clips from it. Yeah.
Which is interesting, because when you came back from doing this scene the other day, I wanted to hear about it. And
a lot.
I wanted...
Of course, nigga. You want to be like, bro, was he better than me? Was it intense? Was it good? Did it hurt? Like, nigga, I'm asking all the questions. Nigga, what? I'm not even an insecure ass dude. But like, Adam compared to that nigga, I'd be like, yo, did I lose my wife already, bro? Like, damn. Like, on Threads. I've been hearing about Threads, but I ain't even hopped on it yet. I'm gonna tune in.
I wanted to know what I was going to find out. I wanted to know, like, what's the most extreme thing that happened? How did it play out? That's more like me wanting to, like, manage whatever the fallout might have been, more so than, like, trying to avoid... I don't know. Like, why did you not want to see it? I text Adam
after the scene. I don't even tell him the scene's done. I'm just like, do you want anything from Dave's Hot Fried Chicken? I just like act like it didn't happen.
That is true. Yeah. But okay. So we've had, I don't know, maybe 200 threesomes over the year. That was our rough estimate. Maybe like almost 100 on Plug Talk, plus a bunch in our private life, plus a bunch for your OnlyFans. And yeah, I don't know. Over time, we did just kind of start to sort of have that conversation. And at first, I think we considered the idea of like swinging on camera, and then that kind of seemed...
And you always suggested guys I would never want to fuck.
Yeah, that probably
was always unfair trade.
Intentional on my part. Yeah, probably. But I don't know. Like, it just kind of seemed like, well, if you are going to do it for the first time, we should roll it out in a way that actually is as exciting as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really thinking about like a rollout per se. And then I also, like, I knew it was going to be a big deal just because, you know, outside of you, I have a pretty big adult fan audience, and they literally every single comment on anything I post is like, do a scene with the BBC, do a scene with whatever, this person, blacked, whatever.
Oh God, niggas wanted to see her with a BBC. Oh God. Like,
so I knew that my fans were going to be excited, and I knew that the wedding thing was going to be a factor because it's like, why all of a sudden after you get married? But I didn't.
Just to plug in, I've never seen any of her scenes ever or them together. I'm just saying, in an open mind, this is how people would think
it was going to be this big.
But
just to clarify.
Weird, because we had been talking about it before the wedding, and sort of like, you know, the idea was in the air, even though we hadn't made a hard decision on.
It was weird because that's the message I sent to Jason. Was like, hey, I'm going to get married and on my honeymoon, but when I come back, we should shoot.
Right.
And he was like, okay.
And a lot of people seem to think that it being,
yo, she's talking about this on her honeymoon is nuts. like hitting this man up like, yo, I just got married, but I'm trying to smash in a video later. You still down? What? Adam, no. You losing points, bro.
Being him or it being a black dude was the thing. But what people don't know is that when we were talking about it, there was a couple of different people that we're considering, and it's not like they were all black dudes. No,
there's only a few guys in the industry who are like big on social media, very well known by like just right when you look at them, you know that guy, you know, and I wanted my first scene to be like, you know, a big scene.
And it's worth mentioning that we did a TikTok in Vegas back in January where and this might have been like the first time we ever even joked about it on camera, but I said to him doing a little TikTok, I said, who's the hottest girl here? And then he like put his arm around you and walked away with you. And that, I believe, has like 9 million views on TikTok. And that, if we were trying to like minimize the amount of people who were suggesting that you do a scene with another guy, that was probably not the best idea, because that made everybody want to talk about it.
That man definitely set that one up. He had to. People saw that. They were like, yo, we got to see them in the scene together. Right. He messed up.
Yeah. He was like the obvious choice. I was like, oh, I have to go with him. This is what the audience wants. There's 9 million views on this video.
Definitely. So, okay, going into it, how did you feel?
From a business standpoint, she obviously made a good decision. It wasn't just some like rinky-dink ass dude that just got into the industry, or some big dude that's on Twitter or social media in general. Like, he's well known inside the industry. Like she said, you see his face, you know where he's from. You see his face, you know who he is. Like, she made a good business decision, in all honesty. Even though she's just got married, like, for her career, she definitely made a good choice. I think so.
Okay. So I didn't really know the shoot was going to happen until the day before the shoot.
That is a good
It all
point.
happened so fast because in my head I was like, oh, this is going to be my debut scene. I'm going to need like 2 months out. I'm going to go hard in the gym.
I don't know about debut scene. I mean, I am a human being, right?
No, but like,
damn. She said debut scene like she ain't been making content with this nigga. Like, yo, imagine.
Sorry. But like, everyone's talking about it like it's my first scene. And obviously, it's not my first scene. I've been doing this for 7 years with you. Right. But like my debut scene with another man.
Another man. Okay. There we go. A different man.
A different man.
A different but equal but yes. Man, right?
Yeah. Listen to him talk, bro. He's so hurt.
Everybody in the room is laughing, just in case anybody wants to know where the snickering is coming from.
But anyways, in my head, every girl does this, right? You have a photo shoot. You're like, I'm preparing for my photo shoot. I'm gonna look good. This, that. I had all this shit in my head of like what I was gonna do to prepare.
But for me, I'm getting excited. It's Saturday, and I'm about to play poker tournaments on Sunday, so I'm excited for that. And then Saturday morning, we're going to get breakfast, and you're like, hey, Jason is in town. I might shoot that scene tomorrow. And I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah,
like,
it was awkward. My sister was there. She's like, I don't want to be here for this conversation.
Okay, and so, yeah, I don't know. Continue.
I mean, and then I just walked away. I was like, I think I'm going to shoot with Jason tomorrow. And you were like, okay. And I walked away. I went to wash the dishes or something. And then I come back and you're just like, no facial, no kissing. And I was like, okay, that was like the extent of the conversation.
Right.
And then I left the next day to do.
Wait. He didn't say no cream pie. Imagine letting another man in your shorty? No. Crossing lines here.
And you barely said bye to me because you were playing poker.
I said bye. I mean, I'm playing 8 tables at the same time. I mean, it's kind of hard, but.
And then
I'm so glad that I was doing something that is like requiring of the most cognitive load possible. So it made it kind of hard to think about it while it was happening. And then by the time you got back home, I'm like basically like finishing up poker then. So I didn't really have a ton of room to think about it while it was occurring, which was nice.
It was the best place for you to be, for sure.
Because that is kind of my happy place that I don't get to do very often. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
I was so nervous, like beyond nervous. And I'm even nervous that it's going to come out because I'm like, I wonder if it showed in the scene. But I was there for a couple hours getting hair and makeup or whatever, and then I had to go and get Jason and bring him in, and we had to take photos. And we just started taking pictures, and I was like, stop, like leave. I have to take pictures of myself. I cannot take pictures with you right now. There was like so much guilt, even though I knew that you had said yes, you'd given me your blessing. The cameraman's like, it's not cheating. He's just like trying to remind me. He's like being my like, you know, I had no girls with me to like just cheer me on or anything. He was being my little.
Well, you said something about how your makeup artist or your hair person was like your therapist.
Oh yeah, they were being my therapist.
So you're like talking it through it with them, like, oh, I feel terrible. I'm about to fucking cheat on Adam.
Yeah, I was super nervous. Right. I don't know. I just felt really uncomfortable. I mean, I told you that like when we were in France last month, we went to the club and these guys were trying to dance with me, and I literally left the dance floor and I sat on the couch by myself because I felt so uncomfortable. Right. I didn't know what to do, and it felt like it was cheating. Like even if I just bumped into a guy dancing, and here I am, I have to have sex with somebody, and it's gonna be filmed and put online.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a lot. It was really hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
What was hard?
The nerves. I don't know.
Oh, she's not in on the joke. It's like a penis pun. But okay, so
God.
you shoot the scene.
Pun, not the PP.
And like, did you feel like you got out of the nervousness at a certain point, or like how did that transpire?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I did get out of the nervousness at all. I kept like putting the scene off. I remember we were filming like intro teaser stuff, fully clothed, whatever, and then I just kept like, oh, I have to go do this. I'll be right back. Like I just kept putting it off.
Yeah.
And then in the moment when I had to finally do it, I don't know. I just hope it looks good. I feel like I blacked out at some point.
Ironically, you blacked out.
Shut the fuck up.
Black.com. But it's not on there. A lot of people seem to think that it's on black.com. Yeah.
Jason is Blacked's like star, so that's why he's like synonymous with Blacked, but no, it's on our OnlyFans.
A lot of people seem to think that that you doing this was part of, well, they think that you've cheated on me a lot over the years probably, and that this was just kind of like more of that.
Cheated on me, you guys.
Okay, very early on. It's been a long time.
Okay, if I told you it was really early in the relationship, but yeah, I cheated on you a lot, you'd still be fucking pissed.
If you cheated on me in the first year of the relationship, I wouldn't be that mad. Because but I would
still.
I would be mad because you put your
nigga, what? If you cheated on me at all, I'm gonna be what? That was the most rhetorical response ever, Adam. Hell no, nigga. You would have been pissed. You would have been in a fetal position in your room or in your shower crying, bro. Imagine
yourself out there as like a
I've never seen any girl prior to Lena of him dating. But like, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best he could get. Like, in all honesty, like, regardless of all the fame and everything he got, unless he was like, I don't know, fame does wonders to women's brains. So he might, I don't know.
Cheater so much where I was like, yeah, I cheated in 2017 or whatever, but you know, I felt like I wasn't really doing a whole lot to like hide it.
Listen, we're not going to talk about the past. I'm going to get mad all over again.
And I feel bad. It was wrong.
You guys don't understand. I went to shoot this scene, and Adam has been low-key calling me a cheater as a joke. Or like the other day, I was like, "Can you help me with the laundry?" And he was like, "I'm having a really hard time. How dare you?" And I'm just like, "You're throwing this shit in my face, even though you're a part of it." I low-key feel like you're less mad because it's viral, and you're like into being viral.
I will say that having seen how viral it went, it now seems kind of insane that I ever would have like potentially stood in the way of you doing this, just because this is obviously such an amazing thing for your career as well as mine. Like, we're not going to state dollar amounts, but even just like the money that I've made off of talking about this on YouTube and Snapchat has been kind of ridiculous. And then like
you're welcome.
Plug Talk has been.
I was going to say he's got to be making a bag because everybody wants to talk to him right now about his situation on letting Lena do this, bro. That nigga got to be in the bag somewhere.
Very weird framing, but the amount of additional signups that we've gotten on onlyplugtalk.com has been kind of insane.
Yeah.
Just seeing like how crazy this has been. And also like, it's a weird thing where like at a certain point in my life, you're scared of like people shitting on you, or you want to avoid people shitting on you. And then at a point like right now, it's like, oh, I'm just getting so destroyed by people making fun of me that it's like, you just got to roll with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in my first or second year as an online person, shit bothered me a lot more. None of the comments about this have bothered me. People calling me a terrible person, terrible wife, whatever.
Right.
I don't take any of it, like even 1% of it seriously.
Well, there are definitely lines of things that people say that I don't like, though. When they bring your motherhood into it, that's one thing I don't like, because you are an amazing mother.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't bother me at all, because I just, like, I know it 100% does not affect how I am as a mother. And, like, if you think that my kid is going to grow up and not judge daddy for all the things he did, but is going to judge mommy, like, I'm not going to raise that kind of kid who's going to believe in that double standard.
I notice, like, every conversation I have about it with people is, like, they lay it out. They say, are you jealous? Are you mad? Whatever. We have that conversation. And then they basically, like, kind of hit a wall, because it's like, oh, you're two consenting adults and you decided to do something kind of freaky, and in our case on camera. So then they start doing the kid thing, because there's, like, nowhere else to go with it, because you can't blame me or you for doing something that we want to do, or you doing whatever you want to do on camera. It's like, how can you be mad?
It, so it's like, we're supposed to stop now,
right?
I mean, it's already out there.
Yeah, exactly. Because, and that's another thing, is I notice a ton of dudes speak about it and talk about it as if this was happening to them, but their wives or girlfriends are not porn stars, and they're not, like, you know, if my girl had never been naked online, if we had never shared all these other girls or whatever, then would I find it, like, so shocking that I wouldn't even be able to imagine it? Yeah, probably. But, like, the same way that you've gotten kind of, like, numb to seeing me fuck other girls, at a certain point, it just started to feel like it wasn't that big a deal. Now, obviously, it was a deal. It was definitely something, because, like, especially, like, maybe, like, the day after, I had a little bit of buyer's remorse, where I was just, like, a little bit, like, sick to my stomach. Of
it was
just,
a lot of this. I didn't know what mood I was going to get you in for a few days there.
Yeah. And I mean, even when I was telling Destiny and Crip Mac, which was, like, about the weirdest audience I could have possibly had for it, when I told you I was...
Bro, I cannot stop looking at this freaking Simpsons tattoo on the fucking side of his face. It's just so distracting.
Gonna talk about it with them? You're just like, are you serious? Like,
I was like, why are you gonna? I had not planned on, like, talking about the scene until closer to the time it was gonna come out, and then you were like,
by the way, Lena is bad, bro. Lena is.
It was like, you needed therapy. You're like, I'm gonna go into the office and I'm gonna talk to Crip Mac and Destiny about it.
No, yeah. At a certain point, I was just like, listen, if I have to talk about it, I'm just gonna talk about it on the podcast. I'm not gonna shy away from it. I'm not gonna act like it's not happening. I'm just gonna talk about it. And Destiny is probably, like, one of the best people I could have the conversation with. Crip Mac, maybe not so much. Like, his first thing he said was, "Oh, I know you was mad, huh?" So it's like immediately he's kind of like writing the narrative for me.
I mean, I feel like there was times where you got mad at me, but I feel like it's part of it is, like, we were learning each other's boundaries.
Yeah.
I came home and maybe was a little too honest with you, but you were, like, asking me a lot of questions.
Right.
And I didn't know how to not answer your questions.
Right.
So, yeah.
And now that I've seen bits and pieces of the video as well, that's what's kind of weird too.
He's seen the video. At first he was saying, I'm not watching it. I don't want to see it. Leave it out of my face. Like, now he's seen it? Nah. You got to be feeling different. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you do that to that video? Like, do you, like, you know what I'm saying? You grab the lotion onto that video? Like, is it that appealing?
Is realizing, like,
or you really messed up off that video?
Like, the whole world seems to have decided that being a cuck is a bad thing, or, like, that your girl getting fucked by someone else is a bad thing. I don't know. I'm not, like, I was not horrified by it. I'm not, like, upset by it. I'm not going to say that this is going to be something that I'm going to be fucking pounding my dick to.
Oh, why did he just answer my question? Why did he just answer my question, bro? Unintentionally, intentionally, just answer my question. Appreciate that. He be listening, bro.
I hope you watch the scene and I hope you jerk off.
See, you said that last night, is that you are really turned on by the idea of me seeing it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? I didn't know that.
Yo, she is wild. She said, I hope you jerk off to this video. Is nuts. Yo. I gotta know what people doing, bro. If your shorty was a porn star, and do you like, I want to ask niggas in the industry, like, that have shorties that's also in the industry, do y'all, like, masturbate to those videos? Or like y'all skip over those and find different ones? Like what?
That was going to be one of the effects of this.
I don't know, because I know that you think it's hot. We've had more sex since I fucked Jason than we usually have in like a month.
I got an abrasion on my dick from fucking you too much.
Every time we talk about it, you get a boner, and then we have sex.
I know.
I feel like you're trying to assert your dominance.
Yes, that's what it is. He's a dog. He is a dog. He is a dog. He's still trying to mark his territory. He's like, babe, I know I still do it better, right? Just imagine the conversations afterwards. Like, did I still hit it better? Hey, I bet you he didn't do this move. Oh, I bet you he didn't do this. Still going like, that's psychologically like.
It's over the fact that I had sex with somebody else, but it's still like part of it turns you on. Like, oh, she fucked someone else. This is hot.
There's something about it where when you know your girl's not fucking anybody else, which at this point and after 7 years I feel quite confident that you're not going to run off and cheat on me, it creates like a little bit of competition in your mind, even not knowing necessarily like how much you enjoyed it or how great it was or whatever. It's still kind of like, oh, like that competition thing. That's like a real biological thing. Like, I want to beat it up.
I told Adam that he can have anal the day of the podcast. The scene.
I am not man enough for this kind of relationship. I'm not gonna lie. I will unalive myself. I wouldn't say I agree. I wouldn't say I agree, because if we're both in this industry, and I'm doing other badass, hot ass fucking females that are also in the industry that you're also friends with, more than likely, and I don't, and by myself, not even with you all the time, but by myself, for me to be not an adult mindset of thinking that you can do the same is kind of messed up. Like, it's a double standard on like guys can do it but girls can't. Like, some of those sit with me and I'm like, damn, that is kind of fucked up. You can't do that. Like, I would have to get over my own ego, my own standards of like me allowing myself to get past that. Yeah, he technically is too. He technically is too. So it's like he's doing it also. Nah. He definitely does. They were doing videos together at first, and they were having threesomes with other girls, and he's done a couple scenes alone with other girls while they were in a relationship. So it's just kind of like they've been doing this for a while. I personally have never seen any of the videos. And I think they like have such a big platform to where they said, fuck you OnlyFans, fuck you Pornhub, fuck you any of like the commercialized porn industry, porn companies. And he used No Jumper to create his own type of OnlyFans specifically for their porn and porn that they done with other girls and the porn he's done with girls solo. So people subscribe to that shit. I know they do. They have to.
Comes out.
Yeah, well, we were already talking about scheduling the anal, right?
Yeah, I know.
It's not like purely for that,
you get it on this day specifically.
Well,
and I'm sure it also goes along with his podcast as well. Sometimes they'll have like unfucking censored content to where girls are probably doing some crazy ass shit on the podcast as well, to where they have like an uncensored version where girls are maybe showing their tits or making out or talking about some super spicy shit. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that goes along with it. Like,
well, I think that is good because
a good consolation prize.
Because I mean, even
for all the memes everyone's gonna make about
even
it.
Before you did it though, I told you, I'm like, listen. Right after you do this, around that time period, I'm like, I need you to be very loving with me. We need to be having sex. Like, we can't like this just can't be like a time period where you're like, no, I'm not really in the mood.
Oh yeah, you told me I could never come home from fucking someone else, no matter how broken or destroyed I might be. I have to fuck you too. And
I like you're making it sound kind of like weird there, but
no, but like, I mean, I get it. It's why deny you for someone else?
I need to have my ego satiated in that moment, especially given that like I just didn't know how I was gonna feel about it, and as you saw, it took me a couple of days to like wrap my head around it.
Yeah. Do you feel like every day it's less of a big deal to you?
Yeah, at this point, I really don't care at all.
Mm-hmm.
although everybody reacting to the tape, that may be.
Oh, I'm nervous.
That may be like a test of my mental resolve, but also like I'm at the point now where I haven't even been looking at my Twitter mentions because
I low-key want to see it now. Oh my, just to like, not even to beat my shit to it or like, you know what I'm saying? I just strictly just want to watch it, like, just to see how she's reacting in this video.
it's just so much that I just like
You're
I
having a lot of
can't.
fun on
Like
it.
yesterday, I posted a picture of Bradley Martin holding you and me going like that. It was like a joke thing from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and that got 30,000 likes and like 8
Exactly, for educational purposes. For educational purposes, you understand.
million views on the tweet or
people
whatever.
like you as a fake cuck.
Well, I don't know if they like it so much as they're like observing it and they're kind of fascinated by
I
it.
was looking embarrassed when you posted that picture. I was like, don't bring poor Bradley into this.
But you can really see it in your face that you're like, like you were so uncomfortable with even like being in his arms in that photo,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, like at this point, I feel like I just kind of have to own it. Like yeah, I was into seeing it. When I see the full thing, or like, you know, however much of it I end up seeing, I'm probably going to enjoy seeing it. And it makes me think about like my best frame of reference, because I have not spent almost any time in my life learning about like how polyamorous people work or anything like that. But when I was at the AVN Awards back in January, there was a couple of different dudes who came up to me with their wives or girlfriends and said, hey, if you ever have time or you're ever down, I would love for you to fuck my wife. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like that's wild. Like, I didn't even take it serious or anything like that. But I understand what those guys are thinking. They have watched me in porn or whatever. They've watched you in porn, and they would love to like just see their girl inserted into that. And
nah, I think it's a double standard on that one. I think they trying to get a bag because they know your stature inside this industry of just entertainment business in general. Your podcast, the attention that you bring to the podcast, and also your marketability. But probably a tiny bit, they just want to see their girl get plowed by you. That's crazy to me, the last part. But all the other ones before that, understandable. And what's crazy is, like, back in the day, low-key, like, some dudes used to say that to me, like, grown-ass men at the bar be like, yo, my wife would love to have you. And be, like, nervous to say it. Shit's
environment.
weird, low-key.
And, you know, just seeing you like looking like a glamorous porn star on camera with a very well-known professional, it's not the worst thing in the world to me. I'm not super mad about it. And then I feel like it's kind of allowed me to even just embrace the fact that, like, yeah, in prior situations, even with you, I've fucked girls with one of my friends, and that was okay, but because it's a girl who I don't have a real relationship with. But now I'm kind of like, well, why the fuck do I care? Especially as a porn person, you know, it's like, why would it be such a big deal? If I enjoy it with a girl that I don't give a fuck about, what is the point of me not doing that with the girl that I'm married to? It's not like an inherently degrading or disrespectful thing, right?
I mean, as long as you're consenting, I mean, and you're turned on by it, and the girl's turned on by it clearly, so it's like,
well, clearly you're turned on.
Yeah, I'm talking about myself as the
you're
girl
not
in this
shying
situation.
away from this whole double team thing that I'm proposing here, are you?
no, not at all. I actually have some pictures of positions I'd like to try with you on my phone.
See, that's one thing that I was thinking when we started talking about it, is like, okay, if we're going to do this double team scene, what are the positions? Because I need to make sure that this dude's dangler ain't like too close to my face or anything.
Well, I don't think we should do it the first time, but I would like to be DP'd by you and someone else.
So the butt and the vagina.
Yeah.
Well, I see. Okay, right there. Boom. Jealousy triggered because we haven't had anal in like a year.
Okay.
And you're going to say, oh, it's because last time we tried to do an anal scene, you came in like 4 minutes.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. The DP is different, bro. You know how close you are to somebody's dick? Like, y'all shits are almost rubbing up against each other at that point. Like, I'm very comfortable with my sexuality, but there are certain lines that I draw. There are certain lines that I draw. I don't want to be fucking touching no other man's dick, bro. Like, we could be in the same room, dicks out, you know what I'm saying? And a girl there, obviously, because there's never a reason why two men should be naked in the same room unless you're in the fucking locker room changing clothes. But, yeah. No, I couldn't go with that one.
So okay,
You were like, well, actually, I wasn't going to say that.
well, you could be the guy in my butt. Would you still be jealous?
I just don't really like love the idea of my balls clapping against another dude's balls.
I think you'll get so into it, you'll forget.
Why are me and Adam so locked in right now? Me and Adam are locked in, bro. I'll say something, and then they fucking give me the answer.
You won't care.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, it's definitely like not totally off limits in my mind, but
I'm not saying it's the first thing I want to do, but like we've had so many girls on Plug Talk where you're like, what's your favorite thing? And they're like, DP. You think anal feels good? You think vaginal feels good? Wait till you try them together.
But you have a sensitive butthole. That's why we haven't been engaging with it so much, right? Like, I don't know.
I just hate prep for anal. That's literally all it is. I like anal. I hate preparing for anal.
Because you have to eat gummy bears for a whole day beforehand.
You have to starve yourself. You have to clean out your butthole.
Right.
You know, it's a whole thing. And
Right.
then every time for some reason I get a cut or I bleed no matter what. And then I have a problem for a week after. But it's just part of doing it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly horrified by the idea.
Bro, sex is very dangerous sometimes, bro. Like, I don't want to put my business out there, but like, sometimes I be accidentally cutting my shorty. Like,
Yeah, but that's also one thing that I've realized is that even if I really didn't like the idea of you fucking another dude on camera, I mean, being in the porn business, it would just be insane for me to say no to it at this point, or at least this one scene. Like doing more is kind of its own separate conversation.
What's cap? What's cap?
But the financial the financial rewards have been so absurd that it's kind of like, well, we're in business together. Like you gotta
yeah, and I mean, at some point, it's like my fans were just kind of like, your content's getting dry at this point. Like you haven't done anything.
I'm over here eating food, and you saying, bro, this shit deadass makes me sick to my stomach.
New, and so for me, yes, it was exciting financially, and it was exciting to have a new sexual experience, but it's also like I'm kind of excited for work just because there's like new things I could do for my fans to keep them interested.
People, this woman is obsessed with her OnlyFans analytics. No. So she is more turned on by seeing the numbers go up than anything else, probably.
I would too. The fuck?
Turned on that there is like many, many, many thousands of people out there who are waiting for July 13th to sit down and download or watch this video or whatever.
Why does it? I want to ask a question, bro. Why does it make you feel so weird to like know that this has happened? Like, what? Is it because like you're are you a vanilla type of person? Because if you're a vanilla type of person, obviously this would be kind of off-putting for you. But like, if you've never had a threesome with a girl, if you've never, smashed a shorty with your homie before, if you've never done any OnlyFans or any content, like sexual content at all ever in your life, then obviously this will make you feel weird. Okay, see, you're a traditional type of person, so that makes sense on why it would not be comfortable for you to watch, like, or be intrigued in. I totally get that. But for a person who's in the industry, or a person who's open to that type of mindset of doing kinky, nasty type enjoyable shit, then it's different. You know what I'm saying? I get your viewpoint on it. I get it. It would make me sick to my stomach in the mindset that you have. It also comes with a lot of confidence. It also comes with a lot of security on yourself. And in all honesty, I feels like it brings like more security on yourself, because like, say if you and another dude are smashing a shorty and you like, damn, I feel like I'm not the best in bed, but then you outwork the bro in the situation, then it becomes like, damn, I'm better than what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really get, too much of an idea on that based off of one-on-one all the time. You get what I'm saying? So.
And jerk off to it. That is hot to me.
Just thinking about the legions of gooners who are just posted up waiting for it.
They can jerk off to anyone. They could find a Lena the Plug lookalike and jerk off to her. No, they want to jerk off to me and my weird vagina.
Weird?
I don't know.
How dare you?
Your fans love to say it's weird.
I think it's nice.
I mean, you better think it's nice. It's yours. It's yours. You bought it.
It's a good looking vagina. I didn't buy it. It came that way. Okay. So what else do they want to know? People probably want to know, what is it hard to go back to a, reason?
I'm not saying my future wife either. No. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. No, not my wife either. I'm not a porn star. So I can't condone that. You know what I'm saying? I can't condone that. Because that would be basically like she's fucking, you know what I mean? Another man. So, no.
Reasonably sized white penis after dealing with a baby arm. Is it upsetting?
No.
Is it hard to go back to regular life?
So first of all, I wouldn't say that yours is regular. I would say yours is definitely like above average. So let's give you that. Yes. Every time we take your pants off on Public Talk, the girl's like, oh, I'm surprised. You know?
For a white guy. They don't say that.
Podcaster.
They don't say that, but they're thinking that.
Maybe. I don't know. Someone called you good boyfriend dick once. And I feel like that was a good compliment. Because nobody wants like an outrageously large penis all the time.
Right.
It wasn't hard to come back to your dick. I was in a lot of pain for a few days. So having sex was, It was
reupholstered.
You were a little traumatized by me being like, ouch, hold on.
At first, yeah. But that did go away pretty quickly.
It took like 3 or 4 days, yeah.
Yeah. You feel like it snapped back? Well, you never had the natural birth that you were planning on.
I don't believe that a vagina stretches from having sex once for 40 minutes with a bigger dick.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I look at the buttholes of the girls that we work with that I know have had like dread or whoever in their asshole, and I'm like, those dicks are doing damage.
Okay, but the asshole's not meant to stretch like this big. The vagina is meant to stretch and go back. You should
see some of the shits I've taken over the years.
No, I don't want to.
Like a straight jack-o'-lantern hitting toilet water. Yeah, I don't know. So, okay, so the idea of you working with other men. This is something that we haven't really like wrapped our heads around. For me, it's kind of like, well, if you did it once, it's not that big a deal to do it with a bunch of other guys, but also it's kind of like, why? Like at a certain point, like what kind of other stuff would you be doing with other guys if you were to do more scenes? Is it kind of like, I don't know. Well,
okay. So like when I first shot with you in the beginning, it's like, it's always new. It's the first time with this person, and then it's like you do boy, girl, or whatever. There's like a lot of little things that you can do to make it different, and that's kind of like where I feel like I'm at now. Because every new person I shoot with, it doesn't matter if I do any weird acrobatic tricks. It's just the fact that it's like a new other person.
Right. So. Which is kind of weird for the fans, like that they care about it just being a different person. Like it's like, of course they care. You're getting sluttier. Like, oh, you slept with 3 guys instead of 2. Well, that's weird.
Every person has like, I don't know. Remember when Phoenix Marie came on the pod? She was like, do you want me to flip you? I can flip you upside down. Like everyone has like their thing in porn, right? Like their own little trick. So every time you work with someone, you get their little trick.
Right. The trick.
I don't know.
That sounds
Everyone's
nice.
trying to like
That's a nice way of putting it.
Brand themselves in the industry,
Right. But that is one conversation that we had, is that you would want to limit yourself to working with like real deal, like trained professionals.
I would only want to work for people who have worked for the studios, because I feel like the studios is almost like what's the word I'm looking for? Reference, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a qualifier.
Yeah, a qualifier. Because now, all the girls do it. There's like a random girl from Texas makes an OnlyFans. Now she's an OnlyFans girl. And I feel less okay with a random guy from Texas just making an OnlyFans being like, shoot with me. It's like I want some sort of frame of reference for like why I should feel safe or comfortable or happy to shoot with you.
Oh, we need a serious frame of reference. Like we need like many, many years in the game, because I'm going to be honest with you, that would kill me inside if I knew that you went and did a shoot and that the guy did anything that you found to be like really disrespectful or whatever. Like I would have such a hard time with that. Like I'm going to go to his house and shoot him in the face. It's going to like really be bad if someone were to like cross lines like that. With Jason, I wasn't worried about that at all, because I've been around him. I know that he's like a
Not you called him Cuck 22 is crazy.
Very like gentle giant type guy. I've never heard a girl say that he was an abuser or anything weird like that.
That was a big reason why I wanted to like pick him. I just never heard a girl say anything weird or bad or anything about him. So it was like, which is kind of hard to find, unfortunately. But I think if I did shoot with other people, I would just take my assistant with me and be like, hey, you can't watch, but you got to be in that room.
Well, you think Monica's going to beat him up for me?
I don't know. I guess
Give her the gun.
I'd just feel safe if she was there.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little sketchy too, because you're a very polite person. Like if they cross a line or whatever, who knows? You might just end up rolling with it and then being mad about it afterwards, right?
No, I feel like I'm old enough and I'm able to stand my ground on things. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you do the yeses and the nos, you know?
We'll cross the how many more people will Lena work with in the duration of her career. We'll cross that bridge at some point.
I have to get Adam's okay, and it's probably going to be after the scene comes out and he sees how it plays out.
We're going to have to do some review. I told her early on, I'm like, I just don't want to feel like indebted to have to like be on board with this like nonstop throughout the future.
Yeah. When we came home from the honeymoon, I was like, I think I'm ready to have another baby. And Adam was like, I don't think so. And then now Adam keeps asking me when I want to have another baby.
Well, because it is kind of like there's like a timer of sorts, because it's like if we want to have another kid or two,
Look how she looking at
I mean, at a certain age, it's considered what, like a high risk elderly pregnancy or some shit if you're even like close to 40.
If you go by that number, then they already think I'm too old.
Right. Well, you need to freeze your eggs so we could potentially get a surrogate in case you decide that you want to do more black scenes for the next 10 years, right?
We'll just have to see.
Because that's what probably a lot of people like have a hard time wrapping their head around, is that was almost like the other option. It was like you were either going to like keep going with this shit and like your career and do some more spicy stuff, or you were just going to like go full mom mode. But why does that not appeal to you at this point in your life? Or does it?
I was fully ready to come home and be a stay-at-home mom. I just said that.
Right.
And then, you were not really down.
Oh, okay. I think you're kind of mischaracterizing that. I have gone through a pretty rocky year.
Yeah.
And
you said you want to feel more stable in your life.
Right.
And somehow me having a baby makes you feel less stable, even though I'm going to do like 99% of the work.
I mean, it just felt like, oh, that's going to be like a lot to take on right now, just because having one kid is just so fucking crazy. And I don't know, I'm just like a little nervous about the fact that like 2 kids is like so much more work than 1 kid. And it's not like,
bro, I haven't even had a kid yet. Like, I got one on the way, and I'm already like, damn, imagine 2 of these little fuckers. Like, that's crazy. Like, just to think about. Most Valid, appreciate you for coming through, gang.
2 times as much work. No, it's like 3 or 4 times as much work, I feel like.
It's hard. I mean, I want to be a mom, and I also want to work. And those things don't always mix well together, because I need my body for my job.
Right.
If I didn't have the intention of having more kids, I would have gone like 10 plastic surgeries already. But I'm trying to balance everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people seem to think that like I'm broke and that's the only possible reason that I could have been on board with this.
Okay, people need to get this straight, because this has like no effect on Adam's income except for like whatever views you've been getting off the podcast. This is all my money. We split everything, and we do have a prenuptial agreement, which people keep bringing up. I hope you got a prenup. We're both very financially conscious. We're both good business people.
Yo, I just found out the other day. So a prenup is the money you have prior to you getting into the marriage, right? And then, so if you're broke before the marriage and you come up on some money and you got a prenup, then that money that you got while you were married is still supposed to be divided. Now, there's a thing called a postnup, to where that you can divide it once you get big and you get rich, and you know what I'm saying, or even more financially stable, that you can acquire. Food for thought.
And we're not broke. I don't know what else to say except to say that we're not broke. We don't have to work.
Lena is the kind of person who, I don't want to say dollar amounts, but like the amount of money that you make right now is by any objective measure a lot of money. And that's just not good enough for you. You want to go for the gold. You want to shoot for the stars.
Because I don't know how long this career will last. And I'm already doing it. I've already put my name in the mud. Might as well ride it till the wheels fall off. And, you know,
That's a
just
fact.
No, I agree. And especially...
And you said that to me too.
I agree,
You're
yeah.
like, if you're still doing like, if he said, if you're still making 10% of what you make now at 40, wouldn't you keep doing it?
Right.
Because that would be still a really good amount of money.
It would just, yeah.
It would be all about how I actually felt about it. If I was like, fuck, I hate this. I'm so over this. I look awful in all my scenes. I look dead inside. No, I definitely shouldn't be doing it anymore.
Right. But I mean, 10% of what you've been making for the last couple of years would still be like a shitload of money for the average person, which, you know, you could easily live off of and stuff like that. But we also have financial goals. You know, we've talked about buying a beach house at length. And, I kind of feel like this whole Jason Love arc has been, you know, oh, we're getting to the beach house category.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you every time I leave for a scene with another man. Don't forget that beach house, babe. That house in Malibu. I'm going to buy it for us. Let me just go get double teamed right quick. I'll be right back.
That is not a thing. Yeah, if you're getting double teamed, then at least one of them is going to be sexual vanilla over here. Okay.
Will you film for us?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Fucking little kelpie your ass if you keep.
That statement you made earlier, Hash, come 22 if that starts happening.
That going. Okay. A lot of people seem to think that you doing this is like a sign of us being at a bad place in our relationship, or that things are all wrong.
But it's the opposite.
You think it's the opposite? Tell me more.
I don't think we could do this if we were in a bad place in our relationship.
Definitely.
It'd be too...
Why are you calling Lena a cheater? He knows. He approved. He consented on this happening for her career matter. I don't think she's a cheater.
It'd be too scary. We'd like playing with fire.
They're literally having a whole conversation on it. They're literally having a whole conversation about it happening. How could she be a cheater and they be having a conversation on like good terms?
Or if I was even a little bit worried about you cheating, then we wouldn't be able to do it, I think.
Same with you. Like,
Right.
I feel like early...
I swear to God, me and Adam are locked in on this video. I literally just said that. This is not cheating. I definitely don't think he'd be cool with that.
Our relationship
As he
when
just
you were
said.
actually cheating, when you were actually asking for threesomes all the time.
So sorry, by the way.
Fuck you.
So sorry.
You know, I would have felt a lot more threatened by doing a lot of those threesomes or like saying, hey, go fuck this girl without me. We had, I couldn't do Plug Talk like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, go just fuck the girls without me. And you were like, nah, I'm good. I'll just wait till you're ready. So it's like, because I have that version of you who doesn't really care that much.
I feel like we're at a great place in our relationship.
It makes me feel like we're in a great place.
And especially coming off of the honeymoon, I felt like much more relaxed and like I was in a good place with you. And a lot of this just had to do with me just kind of realizing that, you know, the internet shitting on me for stuff that I'm genuinely into is not the end of the world. You know, like that insecurity is kind of gone now, which is nice.
Genuinely into.
Well,
I'm just trying to get you to admit that you like it.
oh, I feel like I've admitted that at this point. The tweets about me just like acknowledging like, hey, I saw it and I thought it was hot. That was like kind of hard for me to write. And I added like the exclamation points out of almost like insecurity. But it was like, you know what? Like, this is how I actually feel. I'm just going to tweet this.
It's nice to see you having fun on Twitter, even though sometimes I just don't want to look at it because it's so cringy.
It's not that he wants her to do it. She wants to do it to better her career in the industry that, or the category of the industry that she did the video in. So, I mean, shit. They've been doing it. They've been doing porn together already. So, I mean, shit.
My tweets are cringy?
Some of them, yeah.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a call. Oh, okay. I'm going to take this. Oh, hello.
Look what,
Oh, my God. No way. They have the nigga on the phone.
this.
Mr. Jason Love, how you doing, man?
This is the man that smashed her.
It was good.
We're just doing a little podcast here, and figured that we would, you know, have a little conversation with you to see exactly how all this was for you as well.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. That's why I chimed in. Catch y'all. See what's up.
Definitely. So, is there? What's the vibe like between you guys? Anything I should know about?
I don't think there's like a really vibe. I think it's like a business thing, but I feel just very uncomfortable with this right now.
Oh God.
I feel awkward.
A little uncomfortable.
Can you tell him how nervous I was?
Bro, like so nervous. Oh my God. I feel so wrong right now. Like,
It was bad.
It's just work.
Okay.
Calm down.
But a lot of people have like a cheating fetish. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like
I feel like you do.
Yeah, cheating I've done in the past. Was I'm a little bit turned on by the fact that I was doing something underhand, or take myself out of it. But like,
is that a thing? Is that a real thing? A real fetish? I've never heard of that in my life. Like, dudes get turned on. Is that why men, for the most part, are not completely loyal? Like, they have like some type of kink. Cheating fetish is crazy. Like, they get turned on by like the thought of like being sneaky and like fucking other girls. Like, that's wild. Pretty sad. You have one rule your entire relationship, and the moment she secures the bag, she gets destroyed by some other dude. Even worse, before she was having doubts. Hold on, I gotta read that back. Pretty sad. You have one rule your entire relationship, and the moment she secures the bag, she gets destroyed by some other dude. Even worse, before she was even hurt. I don't really know how to respond to that, to be honest. Like, I would understand why she's having doubts. This is her very first time doing this without him being there or it being another dude in general. So for her to feel weird, I think is completely normal. I think she'll get past that when it comes to like understanding that this is just for business, this is just for work. Yes, I may find some type of pleasure out of it. Yes, I'm doing like, you know, some type of thing that may not necessarily be traditional, but I mean, in all, like, it's literally just to build her career. Is he a cuck? No, I don't think Adam is a cuck. They've said it multiple times. He's not into like the cucking type, humiliating type, you know, sexual kinks. And so, I personally don't believe he's a cuck. He's definitely fucked girls without her. He definitely does not want to be the person recording. He doesn't really even want to be in the room when it happens. The only thing that I heard that he was into was hearing about it, and he's just now coming along to like watching. He said a couple clips of it, and he even said that he doesn't even really think he would jack off to it. You know what I'm saying? So like, if he was a cuck, he would have been like, oh, that shit was hot as fuck. I watched all of it. I beat off to it, nutted a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I think cheating fetish is like there's something going on mentally. If they're into that, probably from trauma. What type of trauma do you think you have to have behind having a like, what would trigger a cheating kink, like cheating fetish? I'm not gonna lie, this is my very first time hearing about this ever. Abuse. So would that come from, like you say, abuse? Would that come from like you not being treated how you want to be treated, not feeling like you're enough for somebody, to where like now you just feel like, oh, I have to keep dipping, dabbing in other things while being quote unquote loyal to a person? I'm confused a little bit still on like what type of trauma would inflict that.
If you're fucking a girl and you know she has a boyfriend and she's doing something wrong, that is kind of hot.
Is it?
A little bit.
Boyfriend,
Hold on.
she's doing something wrong.
Hold on.
Take myself out of it, but like, I'm a little bit turned on by the fact that I was doing something underhand, or take myself out of it, but like, if you're fucking a girl and you know she has a boyfriend and she's doing something wrong, that is kind of hot.
Is it?
A little bit.
Hold
She
on,
has a
come back
boyfriend
one more time.
Yeah, cheating I've done in the past was I'm a little bit turned on by the fact that I was doing something underhand, or take myself out of it, but like, if you're fucking a girl and you know she has a boyfriend and she's doing something wrong, that is kind of hot.
Is it?
I don't know why I can't hear this
Turned on by the
correctly.
fact that I was doing something underhand, or take myself out of it, but like, if you're fucking a girl and you know she has a boyfriend and she's doing something wrong, that is kind of hot.
Okay. I would agree to disagree. I would feel weird smashing a girl that had a dude, but like knowing that he's not doing the job, I think that part would turn me on. Like knowing that I'm pleasing somebody's girl that can't do it right, so she has to go look for somebody that can really put that shit on her. Like that would turn me on. Not that whole mindset of, oh, she's cheating on him type vibe. I think, like I said, the act of me actually satisfying her, or her coming to me like, he doesn't even make me come, or he can't even please me, he doesn't even, go down on me, stuff like, individually, that would make me feel remotely like turned on from that part and that side of things. That would be dope.
Is it?
A little bit.
You see, he knows.
It's kind of like the adrenaline. Like,
I'd feel so guilty if I was the other woman.
Okay, so Jason, give me a genuine review. How was it?
Yo, he did not just ask how was my wife's vagina. He deadass said, let me get a rating on my shorty's pussy, and if it's not a 10, we're gonna have some problems.
You want like a number scale? Or
Even this nigga Jason is mad confused. He's like, wait, whoa, what? You want me to put a number on your girl's pussy? Like, what? Am I doing this right now?
Numbers sounds like it could be hurtful, but if it's a high number, sure.
Like a 4.
Oh God.
100%, 9 out of 10.
Really? 9 out of 10.
He said 100%, 9 out of 10. So that means 90%?
The 10.
Well, obviously her.
Oh.
Well, it was a 9 out of 10. I never grasped an entire 10 before. It's like you gotta leave room for something that could possibly top the next one.
Okay, yeah.
I'll take a 9 then.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. So a lot of people want to know, I don't know, just like if I should feel diminished as a man as a result of this. Like the cuck narrative is very, very strong. I just want to get your thoughts on that, and if how people should think about that in the context of me being, the silent third party in all this.
Well, I don't know. Like if you look at it in the business aspect, then basically it was just a job. She's high up in her ranks. I'm high up in my ranks. Us two together obviously would make the most amounts of money. So it's not so much being a cook. If you're comfortable with it, y'all communicated it prior. Obviously, she said y'all did. So it's not really a cook situation. It's more of like two people coming and making an understanding.
Yeah.
So if you're cool with it, then it is what it is. Me personally, I don't know if I have enough in me to allow it, but everyone's different. Everyone have different levels of, how do I say, mental maturity.
Well, it would be kind of weird for you to find a dude bigger than you. Maybe they could resurrect Andre the Giant or something. Maybe you could get Brock Lesnar to come through and cut it up for you. But I mean, you're kind of like the biggest dude that I could think of. I don't know. It's going to be tough for you to find a bigger guy.
He needs to clarify what he means by bigger, because people are going to take that out of context, and they're going to be like, wait, bigger meaning like he has a big dick, or bigger in like his name and status inside of the industry. I know that's what he means, but I can see people taking that out of context.
Oh, they got a couple.
Yeah.
But, it's not just the size, it's everything that goes into it that makes it,
Definitely. Lena is just like shriveling up into a ball right now. I can see how uncomfortable this is making you.
Yes, it is making me very uncomfortable. And I'm glad that he's only, on Zoom and not here right now.
Do you think that would be awkward?
Yes.
That
also,
would be
I feel like
so bad.
A lot of sexual tension, and I felt like we would have to do a scene if you guys were
God.
both here.
See, she's out of control now. She's on a tear.
I'm dead.
I've been known to have that effect. I apologize.
See, all right. Now I'm going to have to really mind you next time you're going to an adult event that he's going to be at, right?
No, but I would be turned on if you were there.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like you're part of it.
So you think that if me and you go out to a party and we see him, that there's a chance that we'd all end up hooking up after?
I don't know what his stance is on working with you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good point, yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, hell yeah.
I get it in regardless.
Damn, that would be, yeah, I can see that. That would probably kind of make me feel like I had put a cap on this.
He's talking about dick, dummy. No, he was not. They were not talking about, they were talking about status. He's like, there's definitely people bigger than me.
Whole situation if we all did
He
it
also,
together.
he mentioned his dick size, but they were talking about the status. I'll go back.
Like, you know, it's not just the size, it's everything that goes in. A couple.
I don't know. It's going to be tough for you to find a bigger guy.
Oh, they got a couple.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not just the size.
See,
You're
he
kind of like
mentioned
the biggest dude that I could think of. I don't know. It's going to be tough for you to find a bigger guy.
Oh, they got a couple.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not just the size, it's everything that goes into it that makes it, you know.
Definitely.
I think he was talking about both. That could be a here nor there. I agree. They talking about dick. I don't think so.
Lena is
Maybe.
just like
They already talking
shriveling up
about
into
dick.
a ball right now. I can see how uncomfortable
They talking about dick. It's going over my
Making me very
head. It's going
uncomfortable.
over my head.
And I'm glad that he's only, you know, on Zoom and not here.
See, but that's what I'm talking about. There was no clarity. Now we got two people having a debate on whether they're talking about his dick or his status in the industry.
Right now.
You think that would be awkward?
Yes. Also, I would feel like yeah.
It would be crazy.
Rather than just some random guy. That is the three-way that we should do, because that would be pretty violent.
Yo! That would go viral like fuck. Her first partner in the industry ever. And then everybody's giving him shit about it. Now they doing a scene together. That will go viral. They will make hella money off that video. What?
Viral rather than just some random guy, right?
Yeah.
Look how he thinking. He like, hell yeah, that could be a
It
bag.
would be crazy.
That would be a bag, bro. Adam, if you watch this fucking video, bro, because I'm gonna post this on YouTube. If you watch this video, that's a bag.
As long as I'm not
Plotting.
sitting in a chair with my fucking
You have
arms
to for
tied
one-
behind
for
my
one
back or
shot.
whatever.
You gotta hold the camera for one shot.
All right, so now I got to rewrite this.
Fuck you, nigga. Adam gonna watch my shit, and I'm gonna get him to respond.
Script.
Yeah. What do people need to know about Jason Love? Since like you're kind of, I almost feel like
Lil Bo is crazy. I'm a grown ass man.
a large
You're a little
percentage, maybe even the majority of the photos that you're going to be taking over the next year or so, it's going to be people saying like, "You're the dude who fucked Adam 22's wife." I don't know. I mean, I know you get.
And you don't know. They just posted this 2 hours ago. If I go ahead and post this by tonight, this will be one of the first reactions to it.
Get recognized all the time, but it's kind of an interesting
And when it does, I'm a at you in it, and I'm gonna be like, eat my dick, nigga.
scenario that you're in now, right?
I got stopped on the street like 4 or 5 times already. Normally it's just to talk to me about me, but then it was like, "Oh, you, no jumper wife." I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Wow, insane.
He's like, "Take a picture with my wife, bro."
Yeah, you're gonna get.
Damn! Now he getting offers. Hey, can you smash my wife next, please?
More of those offers.
See, I've only had a couple people say that to me. I'm sure he gets that all the time.
All the time.
Right. So if we do choose to have another kid, how am I going to know it's mine and not?
Oh my god, I can't. No, cut. What?
What?
Don't even bring that up. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's one of the good memes that people have been passing around. It's like me cuddling with your belly and it's a little black kid inside it.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Damn.
Is BBC offensive?
No, it's just a visual description. It's not. You're just saying it is what it is. You see it. That's what it is. It's not,
That's what I'm saying. But I wonder if I get too comfortable with talking about black people shit because of the fact that like all my co-hosts on the podcast are black and stuff, because I've seen some of these lily white fucking hipster bitches on Twitter just raging out being like BBC is offensive, and I won't respond to them, but I am thinking in my head like, you have
How is that offensive? Like he said, that's just a description of how big my dick is. Like, what?
never been around black people besides getting fucked by them for your OnlyFans, so shut the fuck up. That's kind of what's going on in the back of my head.
I don't like using it because I feel like I just feel uncomfortable using it.
I don't care if you see a school bus and it's yellow. You'll be like, "Where did you park?" By the big yellow school bus. What the fuck? That's what it is.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, you know,
Exactly.
it's a statement of fact. And like, you know, in the
Perfect-
real world,
perfect comparison.
fetishization, I can see why that's a bad thing, you know? If you walk up to an Asian girl and you're like, oh, I'm so turned on by Asian girls, I can see how that's like a bad thing. But we're in porn. This is like, we are here to satisfy fetishes, right?
I don't even think that's offensive. If you're turned on by a culture of women, like that's like me saying like back in the day, like, oh, I like white girls. I like a category of women. You get what I'm saying? Nothing against, you know, specifying that you like a certain thing. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just the verbiage, like, you know.
Right.
It's been around for a minute now.
Yeah. What do you got coming up? Anything?
It's not like you saying, oh, I like big nigga dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy if you'd be like, oh, I like his big nigga dick.
In the future that we
Unless
should
you
know
said in
about?
the
You're
bedroom
going
and
on
you
some
have, like, a
trips
race
and
kink.
stuff for a brand, right?
Oh yeah, well I'm going to Europe for about 2 weeks, but I did just drop my book. So
W
What's the
Clip.
book?
it's called Louisiana Slim the Family, about my previous life before I got to adult.
Really? Because I always wonder that when I see you with the tattoos on your face and everything. I'm like, I wonder what this guy was doing around town before he got into the porn game.
A lot of things when you come from poverty, you know, you got to make it how you make it.
Ain't that the truth? Well, we're gonna do like a full-length interview at some point, but I appreciate you banging my wife.
Oh my god.
And
My pleasure.
He said it was my pleasure. That would make a bag too. That interview with just him and Jason right here. That'd be a bag too.
I knock it out. That's what I do.
hey, I absolutely, I cannot hold it against you, my friend.
Did you see it yet?
I saw a few of the clips, and yeah, I think you put it down.
I believe if it was mainstream, it probably would win an award.
Oh, well, that's a big idea.
My assistant did give me the idea to submit it for an AVN. I was like, I don't know. I feel like this might be crossing the line.
Yeah, Pound Town. You just left Pound Town.
I was gonna call it the wedding gift.
For the record, it's not literally your wedding gift, but it was something that we kind of like felt more comfortable with.
No, I haven't seen it either, babe. I haven't seen it either. I have not seen it. So, like, yeah, it's just gone viral of like the talk about it being done and like how he would feel, him allowing his wife to do it, them proposing it as it was her, like she just said, a wedding gift, like
With after the wedding.
it's been
and whatnot,
memed out.
right?
It just makes sense.
More
That's what
so.
everyone's latching onto. They just got married, you know? So,
Right.
All right, Mr. Love, appreciate you.
bye, Jason.
Thank you. Bye, Lena.
Okay, how was that for you?
A little uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable? Why?
I mean, 7 years in this relationship, never look at a guy, dance with a guy, text back with a guy, nothing. And then I'm having sex with a guy. You know, it's just a lot to process. I've been conditioned to believe it's cheating. There was one time where we went to a dinner and there was another guy there that just happened to be there and you knew I had slept with him and you made me feel weird. So, yeah, it's just like a lot to unlearn.
You always mention that scenario, but there's a lot more to that scenario that she's not mentioning, and
There was not that much more.
I felt weird about it for other reasons.
Okay.
And it was like it was your birthday, and you're just bringing it up. I'm like, oh, cool, make me think about you fucking this guy over here.
Okay, anyways.
I know.
You were mad about it.
I was a little mad at that time. I was much less emotionally mature or whatever.
I'm
but,
clearly emotionally immature. I'm like giggling that you and Jason were just on the call together. So
right,
clearly,
so that was awkward for you.
Yes.
Me and him exchanging
And him
energy.
talking about it.
Facts. It would be cheating unless it was exactly. If she would have done that without the cameras being on, without them making money behind it, without them making a certain amount of money behind it, without it being talked to with the significant other, which clearly is Adam, that would be cheating, of course.
Just being like, I put it down, blah blah blah. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, but he's smart. He clarifies right away. It was a business move. You know, we're just making money. You know, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't enjoy it at all. I'm sure it sucked for
I
him.
probably hated it. You did say you were a 9.
He said that no one's been a 10.
Yeah, but
Why should I be a 10?
Gotta feel like you're a 10. I don't know, man.
I'll be a 10 in your heart, babe. I'll take it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about your guts too, you know?
Okay.
So, you're actually not gonna see me for a couple days after this. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. You're playing poker. You'll be happy.
Yeah, World Series. I mean, if you make it into the World Series in baseball, that means you're one of the best in the world. This is not like that. You can just go there and just give them money. But, you know.
Well, you were talking about wanting to do it when we were still on the honeymoon, and you were like worried about taking another trip after coming back from a trip. And I was like, no, you should go do it.
I feel like
this is what you love.
I feel like I've been back so long. What, playing poker is what I love? No,
Yeah.
porn is what I love.
No, playing poker is what you love.
It's a different type
You would
of fun.
pick poker over porn any day.
That's not true.
Absolutely, 100% it is true.
You know for a fact that I would choose no jumper over porn any day, because just the other day, for some reason, I saw that I posted on my story, and it's a picture of you and like 7 super hot chicks: Carmen Karma, Angela White, Kazumi, all these chicks, Savannah Bond. And I wrote in the caption, I did interviews at No Jumper today instead of banging all these chicks. And I was like, wow, you are fucking gay.
But
also,
if this was 2018
commitment.
No Jumper, you would have definitely just dished No Jumper and came and fucked us. But you fucked most of us already. So you were like, been there, done that. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're very like, you want the girl to be brand new to you.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, those some baddies right there.
If there was a girl.
No cap. It's different when it comes to new, like, if you smashed your chick back in the day, it could have been good, right? But, like, when it comes to a new shorty, it's definitely something, like, I don't know. It's just, like, the initiation of, like, what is to come. The options that could possibly happen are endless. You get what I'm saying?
Girl who
Until
was
it
a 3, but
happens.
you'd never fucked her, you would take her over the 10 that you had fucked.
Oh, I made that decision many times in my pre-Lena the Plug life. I would be at the bar, and there'd be like 2 chicks, and like one I never fucked and one that I already fucked, but she's like way hotter, and I would choose the new one. And it's like, that's not a good way to live your life.
It's not.
It's bad. It's all bad. Anyway, anything else you'd like to say to me? How do you feel people are going to react to this?
They're gonna make up a random stories. They'll be like, look at this part where Lena said this. She's, you know, I just don't even care anymore. Hi, No Jumper fans.
Oh, this is going to go way beyond that.
Hi world.
And I remember that because yesterday was the 4th of July, and I was looking at TikTok for a significant portion of the day, and I probably saw like 80 fucking videos of me, and many of them had like millions and millions of views, and almost all of them I was talking about this.
Oh, I know what I want to say.
Oh.
It's going to be on lenatheplug.com. Go see it on lenatheplug.com. Don't be hard on me. I was so nervous. So please just keep your criticisms to a minimum.
All right, and because I don't participate from the money that is spent on lenatheplug.com, I would say go.
No Jumper is this guy Adam 22's podcast,
to onlyplugtalk.com,
where like he talks to a bunch of relevant people at the time, or celebrities, or rappers, or in general people, and they come on and just talk shit.
if you want to see me and her get it in with a whole plethora of different women, right? No, yours.
Yeah.
Well, you get half of the plugged up money also.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, it does make me like, oh, we gotta make sure we go hard on Plug Talk. We gotta get some baddies on there. We can't announce it now, but we do have some very exciting new content lined up for Plug Talk as well.
Comment who I should fuck next.
Females only. Biological females only.
I already know what all the comments are going to say.
Gracie Jane.
No.
No?
What do you think they're going to say?
Man, I'm worried about the damage that thing would do.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Dude, I seen a normal chick that I know getting the shit fucked out of her by him the other day, and I didn't even know that she did guy girl, and I'm just like, jaw dropped. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's crazy.
You better do some kegels.
Shut up.
Kegels with Keffels. That's my new series that I'm working on. Oh, you don't even know who Keffels is, huh?
Mm-mm.
She asked me if she could fuck you, and I didn't bother to tell you because I know you don't know who it is. It's a trans woman.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to do that?
I don't think so. I'm not, like, into it.
Yeah, me neither. Okay.
I feel like I'm going to get canceled for that.
Let's get real scandalous right at the end.
Like,
She said when I'm in the black guys, so basically. But that's weird though. Like, You would still have to be remotely into the porn that you're doing. Appreciate your reasons for the W's. But yeah, that's a different type of world, bro. It's like different categories. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to porn, like, there's straight, there's lesbian, there's gay, and then there's trans with straight people. And it's just like, yeah, I personally don't want to watch that.
Fuck, am I gonna get canceled?
Chicks with dicks, basically.
We made it this close to doing the whole episode without any transphobia, but there we are.
Maybe I might.
Have y'all look, chat. Be real. Have y'all ever went on the hub and you saw like a video and they don't show any body parts but like two girls, right? And one looks just like a girl, and you start watching it, and then out of nowhere, one of the girls starts giving another girl head. Like, whoa, clicking out. What the fuck did I just click on? Y'all ever see some shit like that? Be real. I can't be the only one, bro. I
don't know.
You just gotta find the right one.
Try more sexual things and then, want to do that. I don't know.
I feel like they do that shit on purpose. They be trying to trick us.
I love you. Have fun playing poker.
I love you too. Be safe.
Adam's gonna fuck me after this interview. I already know it.
Where? You ever get fucked in the back of a Beamer?
Yeah. Your Beamer. Your old Beamer. When you lived
never fucked you in the back of that car.
No, I give you roadhead though.
Why? See, there's something that we don't do now.
I don't want to do that anymore.
Just randomly get some roadhead.
You're too famous to be driving around getting roadhead.
Yeah. That was the first thing I ever did when I got my license when I was 16. Got some top in the whip. I had to pull over to nut, though. No jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Thank you to my baby, my boo. I love you.
Love you, too.
Hopefully everybody believes that we love each other after this. I don't know. Do you think we came across good? Better than our last time on camera together?
We might need to do more media training.
Yeah?
As caller instructor.
Oh, my God. They're going to rip me up. They're going to totally change my style. I'm going to go to the media training and tell the media trainer how to do media.
Yeah.
I got my head in my ass. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. We out.
W reaction. Hey, if y'all already aren't subscribed to the YouTube, make sure y'all hit that follow button. Drop some comments on how y'all feel about the video. And make sure you hit thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. Peace. All right.